Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to what I think may be the final episode of Quantum Break. This is part 3. We're picking up at the beginning of Act 4. Wow! Without further ado, let me go ahead and we will jump in to Quantum Break, starting with Act 4. All right. I don't know why I turned into Matthew McConaughey there for a moment. All right. Goodness. I'm the level of tired where I start getting a little weird. So that could be good or bad. You be the judge. Continue. Act 4, Part 1, Port Donnelly Bridge. All right, let's go. Let's jump in. Previously on Quantum Break. I think, oh yeah, we had finished watching, I think, 2 different episodes of the live action show as part of the last stream of this, which was last week. So we should be picking up right after that. I think Jack has made it into the city, and we're trying to make it across the Port Donnelly Bridge. Meanwhile, the entire city is after us. So we'll see how this goes. Coincidentally, so we are playing this over on an Xbox Series X. I don't believe they ever had like a optimized version for the newer console generation. Because I was thinking some of our occasional frame rate stutters
Mr. Serene needed to survive. Dr. Amaral.
Was due to
yeah, they made that clear.
A higher frame rate or lower frame rate than necessary, but I don't think they ever
I had to get to the main
had
land,
the upgrade for this, unfortunately.
Needed a new plan.
All right, let's go.
Beth, I think I'm gonna need a ride. The streets are too hot.
Okay.
Alright, where do you want me?
I'll let you know as soon as I find some higher ground and get a good look at the situation on the bridge. I think it might be a no-go.
We don't want to go out to the street. But... oh, wait a minute. I got some time vision
Gotta
alerts.
get to higher ground.
Which it looks like... I'm looking for chronon sources. Oh, there's one there. And there might be one above. I love that. I love that graffiti. What are you staring at, dude? What are you staring at, buddy? Okay, so we got 6 chronon sources in this particular section of the game. How do I get up on the roof? I guess I gotta do some climbing, huh?
I'm looking at the bridge right now. It's a lot of Monarch. I don't know, maybe you could sneak across?
Well, maybe.
Or I could pick you up. Let me know. I'm pretty exposed out here, so try to make it fast.
I'll be a lot better when you get me on that boat. Monarch's right on my ass. I'm not exactly making friends out here.
Yeah, about that.
Still kicking and screaming. How long do you need to get here?
That depends. Let me check.
Wow, look at that view, though. Wow. We got this cool
Better get
mural.
inside before the chopper spots me. Paul. What the actual fuck?
Oh, that's supposed to be interesting. I saw that there was an upgrade available. Let's take a look. Oh, do I have to press and hold? Or maybe it's the other button. No. Huh.
Still there?
Yes, Beth, we're
Yeah,
still
just
here.
looking for a viewpoint.
Sorry, I was trying to remember how to do certain things. It's the only downside about taking, like, playing it a day or so a week and then having to come back to it later, especially when you're playing a bunch of games concurrently at the same time. You gotta remember all your button presses and such. Okay, I don't think we have any more time things here. Guess let's just head into the building then. Okay. Oh, as always too, please let me know audio-wise. I forgot to ask. There shouldn't have been any adjustments, but surprisingly there was an OBS update. The streaming software, there was an update right before I started today. Hey David, hello. Welcome. How you doing? Welcome to part 3 of Quantum Break. I think we might round this out tonight. We'll see. Oh, Night Springs! Oh my God!
So, we don't know where he is. We can't find him.
It's
so
Night
we
Springs.
need to look into a replacement.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully we can
All ponies are
make you
made of
laugh
butter
or
in Night Springs.
help you forget about it. What is this?
There's all of ours. Lots of the Gratsu things happening in Gitu. Of Night Springs.
Thank you.
Ponies are made of butter in Night Springs.
Excuse
We
me?
know the old dance, the fortunate and the destitute. The haves and the have-nots. Those who dine at the table.
This is fantastic.
And those who starve in the street. But the tables can be but the tables can be turned. The gluttonous consumer may find himself the consumable resource. Do that again.
45 dogs and then 14 more? Oh my goodness.
And yet,
That's a lot of
that
doggos.
is the fate that awaits you in.
I can't believe they didn't find you
It's
somebody to
Night
help at
Springs.
least. That's insane. I'm so sorry.
Springs.
Bright blings,
Night Springs.
fright, wind.
Jesus.
That's awful.
We know the old dance. The fortunate and the destitute. The haves and the have-nots. Those who dine at the table and those who starve in the street, but the tables can be turned.
That guy
The
sounds
gluttonous
familiar for some
consumer may
reason.
Find himself the consumable resource in Night Springs.
In Night Springs.
Bright things.
We need more Night Springs, y'all. That was great. What an Easter egg. So, Alan Wake is definitely present. Oh, the adoption side is short-staffed on weekends. Oh my goodness. Well, that's the unfortunate thing, you know, like when you especially when you work on a team, and I get it, things happen occasionally where you can't be at work for one reason or another, but it definitely makes your coworkers have a bad time whenever you can't be there. Especially on a weekend, I would imagine weekends are probably your busy times, right?
Joyce or Wilder. Doing another sweep.
Run, Jack!
I can't stay here long, Jack. You're gonna need to be quick.
Yeah, about that.
Bad news?
Reoccurring theme of the night. I'm looking at
Lots
the
of
bridge right now.
soldiers.
If I go anywhere near that thing, there's gonna be innocent people caught in the crossfire.
All right. Any bright
Thanks for your
ideas?
patience, folks. We'll have you on your way again soon.
Let me see. Since they're here on the
Oh,
bridge,
yeah, that would make
should be
sense.
able to meet them
Adoptions
near the
being
boat.
busy on weekends. 'Cause that's when
Giant gas sign out
everyone's
front. Can't miss it.
It's nice and bright.
with
for
that 9 to
Monarch
5
this
Monday to
year.
Friday work week
There's
can
not a
go
lot of
out and
options. Switching to Monarch frequencies.
check
Be in
out
touch
for new
soon.
pets.
I'll be there in a few minutes. Don't stand me up.
Okay, Beth, calm down. We'll be there.
Okay, how are we getting down there? Where's the fire pole?
Let's say, do we need a fire pole? We have these ramps we can use, right? Okay, we got a radio. Let's listen. Let's listen to how angry the city is at us.
For those of you just tuning in, the manhunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce, the suspect in last night's university terror attack. Joyce may also have been involved in a firefight at the Monarch Mansion on Gull Island approximately 30 minutes ago. On
Uh-oh.
the line, we have Ken Bukowski, a bridge operator for the Port Donnelly Bridge. Ken, what can you tell us about the situation out there?
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to my little guy. Hey, Ben, hope you're listening.
Isn't it past his bedtime?
He'll be up reading those Hunger Games books if I know him.
Oh, the Hunger Games, huh? Okay.
I'm just out here in the control booth overlooking the bridge. Monarch's got a roadblock set up, checking all the cars as they go through. It's all very well organized. I got a nice young fellow from Monarch up here, Darren, doing some kind of lookout from above.
Darren?
He's not a coffee drinker, so there must be something wrong with him.
I am not aware of a Darren. What is going on here?
Even though it's not cops at the roadblock?
Yes, Ken, Monarch is working to assist the police in the hunt for Jack Joyce. I know some people have asked, does Monarch have the authority to do this? Well, my question is,
Not really.
if not Monarch, then who? I think we need to recognize that we are currently in a state of crisis. Why isn't Joyce behind bars? If the police are overwhelmed, then I say we take all the help we can get. Monarch is the only thing keeping this city safe. Am I right, Ken?
Is that a Monarch employee, I wonder, that works at the radio station?
It does. I suggest we stop asking why they're helping us and start helping them. But that's just me. We're opening the lines for your thoughts, Riverport, right after this.
I don't know. I feel like she's here, put on my tinfoil conspiracy hat. I feel like she's maybe part of the Monarch group. Because their whole thing is they wanted to control the information going out regarding the end of time. Let's see.
Excuse me, sir. We're helping the police looking for a terrorist. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Uh-oh.
Is that the guy who blew up the library? James Joyce? Jack Joyce, yeah. You see anything out of the ordinary?
James Joyce.
Well, I mean...
The writer?
Sports car parked in the streets back there. It's kind of wrecked. It's a little unusual. Please, show me where. Right now.
Oh, damn it. Better hurry.
We don't have time to argue about time.
Hatch has been compromised and has been removed from his position. Repeat, Martin Hatch no longer has any authority, and all orders from him, past or present, are now rendered invalid. Please contact your supervisor for further instructions.
All right. So Hatch is no longer in charge. Because we had to make that choice whether we trusted him or Sophia. And I tried to trust Sophia because I don't know, Hatch was doing some shady things. Oh, I hear a Chronon source. Whoa. The time setters are happening more and more frequently.
All right.
Let me see if I can... I have 4 upgrade points. Can I do anything now? Increase size for time stop. Multi-takedown is 6. 6 for time shield. 6 for that one. I guess increase size for time stop. Time stop radius increases, making it easier to catch multiple targets within bubbles. Sure. Let's do this.
We're working to apprehend a dangerous criminal known as Jack Joyce. Thanks for your continued patience. Please talk to one of our
Thanks for your support.
If you have anything to report.
Okay. I don't even know if I have a weapon at this point. Guess we'll find out.
Somebody's sneaking around down there.
No.
Hey! I think that's Jack Joyce!
Hey, I think it's the dude. Oh, man. Well, it does look like I have a weapon. I think that's the... Well, maybe... Okay, I do have...
No.
Oh, watch out. Throwing grenades at me. Okay. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I heard somebody. With... Oh! Guy with a harness. Serpentine! Serpentine! That works. Do we have any place I can loot? Any ammo? I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, wait. I see you, though. Get back here. Woo! Wait a minute. Oh, ouch! When did I switch weapons? Oh, I
mean, Beth went out the window as soon as the stutter hit.
Inadvertently switched weapons somehow.
No, but it gave me an opportunity to climb up on the bridge and cross it. Slip right past Monarch, more or less undetected.
Okay. Can I go into these, this office over here?
I should get up on that bridge and make my way across it before this stutter ends.
No. But... I'm surprised there hasn't been anywhere for me to refill my ammo. Let's do a quick time vision. We got some explodey barrels. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry that the doggos are getting dropped off. I guess it you know, spring's probably a pretty busy time of year for that, unfortunately. Wait a minute. There's a chronon source somewhere. Somewhere close by. It's got to be on the other side of this, maybe. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Aha! up the ladder. So I wonder when Jack's gonna get his super flying abilities. That would be neat. There's parts of this that remind me of a section from Alan Wake. Where he's traversing over like a railroad trestle. Or maybe I'm thinking of the DLC for it. Perhaps. Oh boy.
The scene on the bridge was unreal. They weren't cops.
Hey, look.
They had no authority to do this.
It's our picture.
The PR machine had done its job. Here they were.
Have you seen this man?
Everybody.
And you were the terrorist.
Yeah.
Have you seen this man?
Don't try to approach him. Just call the
Wanted, Jack Joyce. Subject is armed and extremely dangerous. Let's see. Is that Fiona? Oh, it is! And Charlie. Have you seen these two? Charlie Wincott and Fiona Miller. Sought in connection with recent terror events. Do not approach. Please contact Monarch Solutions with any information as to their whereabouts. Womp womp womp. Are you taking a selfie?
This is going on Facebook right now.
It's going on Facebook right now. Wait, what, didn't I see a laptop? Yeah, we did.
Just be patient, folks.
Monarch Field Orders Update, Martin Hatch. All field operatives be advised that Martin Hatch is now considered a compromised asset. All orders and instructions from him, new or existing, have been rendered invalid and have been countermanded. Please contact your supervisor for further information as required. Hatch is responsible for the destruction of vital medical supplies, involved in the deaths of numerous Monarchan personnel, and may be collaborating with Jack Joyce. The investigation is ongoing, but Martin Hatch is to be detained with maximum force if encountered. If he cannot be captured, he should be considered a priority target who should under no circumstances be allowed to escape. Take no chances. He is considered to be extremely dangerous. Let's see. Oh, Chronon source.
No sign, sir. Honestly, I can't see.
All right, that's it.
Okay. Ooh, we got an upgrade point, but I still need like 4 more, I think. Because everything I have to upgrade is like 6 points now. And I only have 2. Yeah, we're gonna need more. 90% discovered. Sweet. Okay. I think I needed 1 more Chronon source, but I didn't see one. Oh no. It's a juggernaut. See if I can take out some of these dudes for. Oh no. Oh shit. Can you tell I forget how to do things? Oh boy. All right, stay in it, Jack. All right, we gotta... Get him! These guys are so quick. Did I get him?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Cool. Just gotta make it across this damn bridge and I'll be clear.
Let me refill. Refill my ammo. That was a close one. I still don't remember how to do a lot of the things. I'm just kind of like using muscle memory at this point. Let's see. There's got to be one more chronon source. And the question is, I wonder... It's got to be on the other side of this, maybe. Up we go. Okay. We're pretty high up. Not a fan of heights, personally. I mean, it's showing something in front of me. Let's take a look. Ah! Would you look at that? Cool. Upgrade points 3. 100% discovered. We did it all. Nice. Very cool. the jugger butt. That's like if I had butts bot in chat. I feel like that's a prime butts bot response. Uh-oh. Time stutter done. Oh boy. It's gonna take the bridge out. Why was that ship even here? That doesn't make any sense. Why that ship would even be there. Because there's no... Well, unless it's a drawbridge. Maybe that's the point. Maybe it's a drawbridge. That would be the only way that would make sense. Uh-oh. Get up, Jack! You're hanging on by a leg, literally.
Oh no. This is so bad.
Oh, here we go.
I knew I'd be dead if the stutter collapsed while I was in the frozen crash. I had to reach solid ground, and the deck of the cargo ship was my best bet. Just had to find a way down.
Oh, wait a minute. Ouch. No. No, no. Wait a minute. How do I do the... There we go. Whee! Oh boy. Oh, that's not good.
Now what?
Hey, that's where my going live gift came from. I knew this was from the Port Donnelly Bridge. I'm trying to see... Okay, I gotta go forward.
Frozen crash was a mess. Somehow I had to find my way across.
Oh man. Alley-oop. Oh, I don't think I froze it in the right spot. Or did I? Woo! Okay. Now where to? Do I need a rewind time, maybe? Ah. Oh, watch out. Jack, run! No! Wow, that went a lot quicker than I anticipated. At least we didn't lose a lot of progress. I'll take it. Oh, I did it again. Crap. It didn't register that I pressed the right bumper button to freeze time or whatever. Okay. Hold on. Run, Jack. Quick. Okay, barely.
I kept heading downwards, towards the cargo ship.
Oh, man. Timey-wimey stuff. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The route down wasn't exactly user-friendly.
Yeah. Does it want me to jump across? Hmm.
The fracture was getting much worse. Timelines getting scrambled. Caught in violent loops, off sync. Crashing into each other. This was what the end of time would look like. Everything was broken. In chaos. Frozen.
It's not letting me, Oh. And I was worried that was gonna happen. Okay. Run, Jack! Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice boat. Hold still. Hold still. Okay. Come on. Come on.
I'm afraid of heights. I don't like it. I don't like it. See, we gotta be almost to the end, I'm thinking. Uh-oh. Run, Jack! Huh? Hey, we made it.
The fracture was escalating. Objects were moving out of time, out of order, entire timelines overlapping. And it was gonna get worse, unless we could stop it.
We must stop time.
You don't understand the power you're wielding. You need to hand this technology over to Monarch. I've prepared for what happens next.
You say you're prepared, but no part of this plan of yours involves stopping it from happening.
Even if I fix William's machine, what could you possibly hope to achieve? The end of time is coming. There's no way to...
Hey! This isn't a debate. I just watched a ship fast forward through a fucking bridge. Time is running out.
Jack's
And the
angry.
fracture's getting worse by the minute.
And it cannot be stopped. Paul has been to the end of time. He's witnessed it firsthand. Can't you see? We prepared for what's next out of necessity.
Your research is based on work by William Joyce. You respected him. He knew that the fracture would occur, but he also knew that it could be fixed.
We can fix it. Maybe.
Will built a way to stop the fracture. This. The countermeasure. We're traveling to the past to retrieve it. You can help us get there faster. Or you can agree to disagree.
I'll have to run diagnostics on the machine. I can't promise anything before that.
Amy?
See, I didn't think her specialty was the whole time machine section. Like, it was the chronon treatments.
Doctor, let's go.
But I guess maybe she has the knowledge of
And I can see
how the
right through
machine
you.
works. I don't know.
Don't try anything stupid. You will regret it.
Jack, before we head downstairs, we have to talk about something.
Okay, we'll do it. Just let me go look at things first. Looking for lore. Which it looks like it's all over on the other side, actually. Yeah. Yeah, let's just talk to her, I guess. Beth's 2010 plan. Beth's charts and plans plans for the plan to travel to 2010 and steal the countermeasure.
Okay, what's up?
It's about the plan. If Amaral gets the machine working...
We go back to yesterday and undo all of this.
Listen. In the video Will left for me, he said the countermeasure was stolen from his workshop on July 4th, 2010.
Independence Day.
He also said I took it. Maybe I did, Jack. We have a time machine.
You're
True.
saying we go to 2010. We steal it.
If Will was right, that would mean it wouldn't be a change. We take the countermeasure, bring it to the present, fix the fracture, save the world.
Okay.
Save
Explain to
the
me why that's a better
world?
plan than just going back to yesterday and preventing all this from happening in the first place.
Because I'm afraid that based on what I know about time travel, we can't change anything. The past has already happened. We can't change it. But my way, we don't have to.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, my plan still feels simpler. Let's just get the machine working.
Okay. Can I read what this says, I wonder? Let's see. Original... something point. How long until time ends? February 28th, 1999. And then there's July 4th, 2010. And November 8th, 2016. Fixed time machine. Amaral. Travel to 2010. Retrieve countermeasure. Workshop. Return to 2016 past university incident. How much longer? Use countermeasure to fix fracture. Amaral. Let's look at the board here.
This was the guy delivering the speech at the gala.
Name's
Martin Hatch dossier.
According to Monarch Radio, he's been deemed a traitor. Sabotaged a Monarch lab.
Potential ally?
Nah, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, not even close. Martin Hatch, what we know. Facts gathered by Fiona Miller so far. Joined Monarch in 2001. became Serene's chief advisor around 2007. No records before 2001. Who was he? Where did he come from? Working against Monarch? Possible links to the following. Death of Dr. Kim, unconfirmed. Alone with Dr. Kim at time of death. Death occurred just as Kim was on the verge of a solution to Serene's time sickness. University time machine sabotage, unconfirmed. Miscalculations on purpose. Hatch seen in lab. Assistance in Sophia's kidnapping, confirmed. Distracted Monarch while kidnapping occurred. Knew we were coming. Did not alert Serene. Destruction of Serene's remaining sickness treatments, unconfirmed. Was present outside of Dr. Kim's lab when the lab was destroyed. Accused Sophia of being responsible for this. Helped Charlie Wincott escape, confirmed. Currently helping Charlie reach Monarch Tower undetected. Disobeyed direct orders from Paul Serene. Wants access to CFR. Potentially desires to sabotage lifeboat protocol. Sabotaging Serene, motive. Secretly assuring Serene's downfall. Wants to take over Monarch. Why? Sabotaging Monarch's survival plan from within. No possible reason for this. Doesn't believe countermeasure could stop Fracture. Not a potential ally. Works for Monarch, therefore believes end of time is inevitable. Then why attempt to sabotage lifeboat protocol? Interesting. Got another radio here.
Hello, Riverport. Well, it's been a rough night for us. The collision at the Port Donnelly Bridge that has claimed multiple lives is still being investigated. At least a dozen people are confirmed dead, and investigators say they expect to find more bodies, some of which are predicted to be found in the cars at the bottom of the river. The cause of the accident remains unclear.
In a van down by the river.
Are conflicting reports from shipboard personnel and those on dry land. The captain of the cargo ship insists that the bridge was up and the route was clear. However, some people shoreside claim the cargo ship was approaching the bridge at high speed, despite the bridge having not yet been raised. Others express surprise at the ship's presence, claiming that they do not see its approach at all. The investigation is still ongoing. We'll keep you posted. Now, obviously, this disaster will affect us in more ways than one.
Indeed.
With the Port Donnelly Bridge out of commission, heavy congestion is expected on the other routes across the river, and we now have reports coming in of multiple car crashes all over Riverport. So you will want to reserve enough time for your trip today if you're traveling by car. Stay safe out there. Hopefully we can all get back to normal soon.
Beth has more dialogue, I guess?
Dr. Emerald seems convinced that Paul's been to the end of time. Do you think that's true?
Can't be. Otherwise, trying to prevent it would be pointless.
That's a fair point.
Why?
Because it's already happened.
Let's see. So it looked like...
Let's see how Dr. Emerald's doing with the time machine.
Oh, I guess that's the same set of double doors that would go out here anyway. Okay.
I don't think we can trust her. The way she looked at the countermeasure like she's seen it before. She knows what it does.
You think Will told her about it?
No. Will was never the kind to open up.
I can relate.
But Monarch has their own version of it, remember?
The next level.
Although I guess they don't know that yet.
The only way that Will could express anything important to me was by informing my stuffed giraffe when I was in the room.
Hey, remember when we were here earlier in the game? Can I watch a video on this? Nope. Okay. Some of this stuff's a little on rails to a certain extent. Like some of the doors that we were able to open before, we can't now, and some of the areas I think have already been explored, so I don't believe there's anything, but I was, you know, you gotta double check because sometimes if you miss things, you can't go back once the next scene starts. Use our fancy time vision. Okay. Nothing to see here, I suppose.
Did she find anything?
I'm not sure. I'll go check.
I love that everything's working off of these, like, super old computers, too.
How's it look?
The problem is quite simple, really. The power relay is down. You'll need to find a way to reset it up. There. Where the light is. I'll lower the ladder for you.
What happened to the power relay?
A power surge occurred at 7 a.m. this morning, when the machine was activated.
Oh, so we did something wrong, apparently.
7 a.m. That's hours before we even got here.
Oh, maybe not.
Well, the numbers don't lie.
Okay, I guess I'm doing some climbing.
Sure. Saves me from volunteering.
Let's see. There's a Chronon source somewhere. Ah! How do I get up there, though? One of 3. Okay. I guess let's go up to the ladder here. I don't know if I would use this time machine. Might be a bit dangerous. But I guess what choice do they have, right?
Okay. The console here's got 2 red lights, 1 green one.
You'll have to reset the power to the 2 stations with the red lights before activating the relay. Both stations are located above the machine. Just follow the cables to the red lights.
Okay, we gotta follow some
Above the
cables.
machine. It's a perfect place for a reset switch, Will.
Well, I guess let's check the other side of the room. Because I did see some stuff that was glowing.
So, how do I reset the power?
There are 2 control panels with red lights located above the machine. Reset both of them.
Oh, maybe I needed to go up instead of down. Oh well, let's look around a little bit, I suppose. What happened to Amy? Where did Amy go? Or did she go?
You've got to see this.
Oh, well, there's Amy. Never mind. It's like the game knew.
I'm serious, Jack. This is big stuff I've got here.
Hey, shouldn't you be keeping an eye on Amaral?
Okay, but first, you need to check out the intel I uncovered.
Okay, before I interact with her, though, because I'm afraid that if I do, it's gonna set things in motion. Let's look around. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I was able to get back here before. So this is all new. A giraffe? Doesn't let me interact with him, though.
You've got to be kidding me.
What is it?
This is all my stuff from our family home.
Oh.
I kept everything.
Aw.
Guess you thought you might come back.
A giraffe.
Is that?
Yep. Will's personal psychiatrist. Want to give it a try?
I
The
think
cutie.
that giraffe's holding enough baggage. Jack?
Wow, what a photo.
You okay?
What a picture. Oh man, Photoshop. Why didn't that count as a narrative option? Yeah, doesn't that look really weird? Hold on. It's kind of like I don't even know. Like why couldn't they get couldn't they get his brother to smile? Man. Oh, okay.
What's wrong?
Toto.
Oh.
That's my signature.
You made this?
I've never even been here before.
Or have
The
you?
woman in the picture is you, isn't it? So,
Jack. There's something you should know. 1999. I was 8 years old, playing in my backyard, and a woman approached me, told me she was from the future. She gave me very specific details of events that would come to pass.
Well, that would really mess you up as a kid, wouldn't it?
She gave me this. Filled with dates, events, proof of it all. Jack, that woman.
it was you.
Everything I told myself would happen, did. Every detail, for better or worse, came to pass and couldn't be changed. Our fate is laid out before us, Jack. Everything that happened to get us here, every sacrifice that was made, they're all a part of this path. And they can't be changed or undone.
Beth.
When we step in that time machine, you will see for yourself.
All right. If you're that sure about how all this works, we can try it your way.
Wow, that's a lot of milk. Got a pizza, we got some Chinese food. Oh, and a Chronon source. Where is it, though? Is it in the bathroom stall there? It certainly seems like it. Hold on a second.
It's her. She's the one who's been painting all over the city. Jesus.
Notebook was full of dates, events that would come to pass, instructions. Her entire existence was formed out of those pages.
Beth's notebook. Beth, I know that this encounter will be a lot to take in. After all, it's not every day you meet your future self. I'd tell you that you need to keep this all a secret, but I know you won't listen. You'll learn the lesson the hard way. The next few years won't be easy for you. Nobody you know is ever going to understand what you're going through. Those closest to you will try to change you, convince you that you're losing your mind. You're not. You are special. You've been chosen to do something amazing. Know that your struggles will all be worth it in the end because you have a purpose. You're going to save the world. How do I know? I've been through all this before, and I'm going to prove it. Below, you'll find a list of events that will come to pass in the future. They cannot be changed or undone. It'll take time for you to accept this, but eventually you'll learn to use this knowledge to your advantage. You'll be prepared for what's coming. October 3rd, 2000. Derek Stevenson has been bullying you for months. On October 3rd, you'll push him down the staircase at school. You'll do everything in your power to resist this, partly to avoid the consequences, partly to prove this book wrong. But the terrible things he'll say in that moment will be too much for you to handle. He'll pretend to cry, claim that you gave him a concussion, and you'll take all the blame. You'll be transferred to another school. You'll hope things will get better. They won't. It's going to be a difficult year. Whenever you feel helpless, just remember this book. You are special. You have a purpose that they don't. Hold on to that. And if it makes you feel better, 16 years from now, Derek will be working at a dollar store. He still lives with his mom. December 3rd, 2000. Mr. Hartsuk from next door will pass away. February 3rd, 2001. The kids at school will steal your jacket. Your parents will claim that you're hiding it on purpose so that they'll buy you a new one. Look in the bin on the corner of 3rd and Main. You'll find something that'll get you through the winter. You'll be teased for wearing it by Michelle. You'll fight back, but it'll only make things worse. Eventually, when you're able to contain your anger, take her aside and say the following to her. I'm sorry about your mom. Then give her a hug. She'll push you away. She'll look incredibly confused, vulnerable. She'll never tease you again. April 24th, 2001. Erica, your best friend, will break her arm. Having read this, you'll do everything in your power to prevent this. The actions you take to avoid this from happening will only make it so. This is the first time you'll truly witness that your fate is already determined. It cannot be changed. Erica will blame you for the incident. Try not to take this to heart. You'll soon discover that she isn't the friend you thought she was. Stay strong. You'll find people who respect you for who you are very soon. This is all a paradox. It's mind-bending. Yes. August 5th, 2001. You'll take the night bus home. There will be only one other passenger on board, a scruffy-looking kid with a black eye. His name is Jack Joyce. Remember his face. He's going to become important down the line. September 11th, 2001. This is the one that will change you. An event will occur that will devastate the entire nation. An act of terrorism that will cause the World Trade Centers to collapse. Thousands will die. I won't go into further detail because the more you know, the more painful it will become when you're unable to prevent it. And you will try to prevent it. You will fail. You will curse this book for not telling you more. You'll curse yourself for not being able to stop it. It'll take a long time to get over this, but eventually you will use this pain to fuel your path forward. You now felt what it is to be completely unprepared for what's coming. It won't happen again. Next time, you'll be ready. This is the event that will finally make you believe. Any doubt that you had will disappear. You're ready to take on this mission. So what's coming? Wow, can you imagine? That would be like, how would you knowing and then not being able to do anything about it? That's just crazy. October 6th, 2016. An experiment gone wrong will cause time to break down. This event will be referred to as the fracture in time. The onset of this event cannot be prevented, but the outcome must be. If the fracture is not stopped, then time itself will come to an end. Life on our planet will end. Saving the world wasn't an overstatement. It's your mission. You must stop the fracture. You can pull this off, but to do so, you need to follow some simple instructions. Learn who to trust. Short answer, nobody. The less people know about you, the safer you'll be. From this point forward, your mission takes priority over every other aspect of your life. Do not start a relationship of any kind that you aren't willing to leave behind at a moment's notice. There is one exception to this rule. We'll get to that. Know your enemy. Monarch Solutions. They will try to prevent you from achieving your goal. Learn everything you can about them. You will know the best way to achieve this when the time is right. Monarch is run by a man named Paul Serene. You must never be seen by Paul Serene. If he discovers you, then you will risk failing your mission. Learn everything you can about him. Remain hidden, but keep in mind the best place to hide is often in plain sight. Blend in. Change your appearance frequently. Hair color, clothing style, everything. Be cautious about drawing attention to yourself. Learn to blend in. Examine those around you, the way they move, speak, laugh. Copy them. Become your surroundings. Train daily. There are a series of skills that you will need to master to truly be prepared. Hand-to-hand combat, Filipino Kali, and Jeet Kune Do. I know Kung Fu. Weapons training, knives, pistols, shotguns, rifles, wilderness survival, tongue twisters, why can I not say that word? My goodness. Anyway, compartmentalize. Lip reading, face reading. The list is one that will build as you go. In time, you'll understand what is necessary and what isn't. Don't rush yourself. Start with gymnastics. Study your target. Jack Joyce. He's the one that will help you in your mission. He is the exception to Rule 1. You can trust him. Learn what you can about Jack. Study him from afar, but do not approach him directly. You aren't the only one watching him. On October 9th, 2016, you will rescue Jack Joyce. From there, the next steps will reveal themselves. Be patient with him. He's stubborn, reckless, naive, but you can't do this without him. And he has his moments. He's much smarter than he seems at first. Don't mistake grief for stupidity. Study your objective, the countermeasure. This is the device that will stop the fracture in time. This is your objective. Find the countermeasure and use it to stop the fracture. Achieve this and the world will be saved. The device was built by Jack's brother, Dr. William Joyce. Any attempt to contact William or find the countermeasure before the onset of the fracture will be in vain. Wait. Jack will show you the way. Retrieving the countermeasure will not be a simple task. It will involve great hardship and sacrifice. When the time comes, you'll be ready for this. When you first read this, it won't make much sense to you. Over time, you'll believe every word, but you'll feel underprepared. You'll wish that I had told you everything. I promise you, that is what is written here is everything you need in order to get you to where you need to be. I know this because I'm already there. Chin up, Toto. You're going to achieve amazing things. You. Wow. Pretty crazy, huh? There is a chronon source here, I think. Unless it's above my head, maybe? I don't know. I wonder if I should go talk to Amy. Where is this chronon source? Unless, is there maybe another set of doors back here? Okay, there's a door there. Ah.
Looks climbable.
Okay. That was driving me crazy. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, do I have enough upgrade points? I have 5. So we need some more. Where does it want me to climb to? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's gonna send me up there. Let's see. Anything else over here? Before I head up, I think I'm gonna run over and talk to Amy. Because I'm thinking the next story beat that's gonna pick up is probably whenever we reset the switch. which I think happens over there and maybe up top. But I do have this.
Jack. Hi. It's Will. I guess you're in Thailand by now. I'm not sure if you even still use his number. I don't like how he left things. I've been under a lot of pressure.
It's Will.
There's some things I should tell you. I'd like to make it right. Just call me, okay? Please.
Oh. Yeah, let's go talk to Amy. We're getting the deep lore. Oh, wait a minute. Why did that give me a save point? See, now I'm worried we're gonna miss something. We got those, we got those. The journal. The mural. Alright, let's go talk to Amy, I guess. It's very easy to interact with the wrong thing in the wrong order. And that can mess you up when you're trying to collect everything. Wait, did it lock me out of it? Hold up. Oh no, I should have talked to her first, maybe? Let's see what happens.
All right, what is all this?
I uploaded all the files I stole on that USB stick from the Monarch security station. I also found a video of your brother. It's on that TV. You're gonna want to see it. Everything else I printed out and put on tables over there.
Oh, okay. Well, where? Oh, there we go. I was worried I messed up. Dream Journal number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dream Journal number 5. My 5th entry. So this is from Paul to Sophia. I recall moving through a wheat field that once belonged to my grandparents. I pressed the wheat stalks to the side of my hands, softly sifting through them at first, but as I pressed forward, the stalks began to warp and curl around my arms, providing resistance to my every move. The entire field began to solidify into an unbreakable material with my body entangled in the mess. I desperately tried to pull myself free, but every movement led to a burning sensation. The world desaturated. Time stopped. I heard the unmistakable sound of my greatest fear approaching. Shifters. They emerged from all sides, surrounding me. I looked into the distance and saw a blurry figure approaching. He tried to yell, but the words wouldn't escape his throat, instead transforming into an endless shriek pulsing through my ears. His every movement and sound transformed into an agonizing discomfort all throughout my body until it became completely unbearable. The pain trumped logic. I needed to make it stop. I needed to make it all stop. I grew violent, blindly lashing out at the figure, tearing him apart. I needed to destroy the source of motion and sound that caused me such discomfort. The pain stopped as I took the figure's life, and as he died, his identity became clear. It was me. I had become the very threat that I once feared, but I did not fear anymore. I felt something very clear, very pure. I turned around to discover Jack behind me. He didn't move, but I couldn't somehow understand his intent. He welcomed me. Every misunderstanding, all the pain we had caused one another was forgotten. We were part of a higher consciousness. I heard a voice behind me. Dr. Kim. He joined us. He told me that time was once the fire in which we burned. He told me we would burn no more. Oh, weird. Hey, Dank Beams, hello. Manuel Peretta. Which, it's interesting. So, Matthew Peretta plays Alan Wake, Dr. Casper Darling, in the Remedyverse. I don't know if that's intended to be a reference. It could be. It seems too on the nose to be any kind of, like a coincidence. But I could be wrong, though. The name of that character. Dr. Peretta. I'm attaching Paul Serene's most recent entry in his dream journal. I'm growing increasingly concerned with the meaning behind these dreams, but I need a second opinion. I can treat Paul's sickness. Really, as far as I can determine, the Chronon syndrome is more a metaphysical condition than an actual medical issue. But I'm a physicist. I'm very much out of my depth with all this. This exercise was meant to help alleviate stress to ease Paul's symptoms, but so far it's resulted in the opposite. Time is of the essence. His condition is getting worse by the day. Dr. Sophia Amaral, Head of Research. Let's see, I'm gonna go back here. Let's watch the vidya from Will.
Okay. The date is... It's February 28th.
Jesus, Will.
1999. William Joyce. All right. After months of arduous work, my machine is finally ready for human testing. Ready is defined by me, since ready is obviously a relative term when you're dealing with the deformation of the Chronon field and recreating of black hole's mass density by tangent. Okay, in short summary...
I was gonna say layman's terms, please.
Time machine. And it works. I'm gonna prove it. Or die. Okay. Just need to make some final preparations.
Whoa.
When I enter the machine, I
what the heck was that?
Clockwise around the corridor. Okay. Core is active. Chronon levels are stable. Travel clockwise around the corridor, exiting back into the same location in the near future.
Yes, non-nerdy speak, please. Hey, Ornate Sphere, welcome in. How are you doing today?
The machine, there should be a significant difference in time between my watch and the clock in this room. Corridor is locked in place. Okay. Setting the date to 5 minutes to the future for the first test.
To the future.
Traveling to the past would be much more impressive, but I can't travel backwards in time, only as far as the first activation of the machine's core, which is, well, now. Okay. Machine's ready.
See, that's the interesting thing with this.
What I'm about to do is gonna change the very fabric of
Uh-oh.
I don't remember.
What happened? Well, that doesn't look good. What the heck happened to him? So the interesting thing about the time travel in this is that they can only go back to the furthest point in time in which a time machine exists. So it's not like in a lot of media where you invent a time machine, you can really go anywhere. The furthest they could go back was this point in time. Or when Will first made the machine. Transcript of Monarch communications. Com 1032, unknown Monarch personnel. Let me see here if there's... unknown Monarch personnel. HQ, come in. This is First Aid 1. We've got a situation here at the hospital. Over. Monarch radio commander. Go ahead. First Aid 1, over. It's a mess down here, HQ. Burke showed up for his wife like we thought. Gibson intercepted him. Burke wouldn't come quietly, so Gibson drew on him, and well, Gibson's dead. Burke strangled him with a power cord in full sight of half the hospital. So, that kind of shit show. Over. Oh, so we saw that in the video, the live action. Let's see. Do you have the situation contained? Where's Burke now? Over. We're working the scene and wipe the footage, but Gibson didn't have backup, so who knows how many people saw the fight or where they are now. Same goes for Burke. He's in the wind. So's his wife. Over. Copy that, First Aid 1. We'll run with that on our end. Just tidy things up over there. Over and out. Interesting. Lifeboat document. Oh my goodness. I just want to see if there's... Okay. It's not one of those where we have to worry about reading an email chain. A memo controlling the Riverport situation from Clarice Ogawa to the field team leads. I know the situation is fluid and things are progressing fast, but I want to reiterate our strategy for maintaining control over the city of Riverport. As you all know, we can't actually directly control the city. We don't have the manpower and we don't have the actual authority. It's therefore vital that we maintain a good relationship with the media and the local authorities and have them do much of the heavy lifting for us. Ideally, everything we do should either be undertaken by the authorities under our discreet direction, or in cases where we take action ourselves, backed by the powers that be, creating the illusion that Monarch Solutions is working in cooperation with legal authorities. Make no mistake, although we've been successful thus far, the situation is not stable, and it can change quickly. If key parties in the city lose confidence in us and our ability to handle this crisis, our control will erode very quickly. Therefore, we must nurture this relationship, even as we conduct our own operations, some of which involve considerable troop mobilization and combat action. This is a constant balancing act, and while I'm confident we can pull it off, there's no room for error. We can't afford to grow complacent and sloppy. Fortunately, we are well prepared for this contingency. Long before we reached this point, we established a good rapport with the mayor, Riverport PD, and other major authorities within Riverport, as well as most of the important media outlets. Our strategy is twofold. Number 1, maintain control. Oh, she said the thing! Control. It's imperative that we ensure the city's various power structures remain under our control. This means maintaining a close relationship with numerous individuals and organizations, as well as manipulating the information at their disposal. While Charlie Wincott is unfortunately no longer working on this project due to unforeseen complications, he has set up powerful tools and procedures for scrubbing the internet and identifying and locating problematic situations and individuals. We're stationing people in key locations and maintaining control under the guise of advisors and consultants to help to people in power. They are ready to step in as required. Anybody working in these roles needs to be proactive and project a constant aura of helpful authority and dependability. Diplomacy is the order of the day, people. This is vital for maintaining certain fictions, such as Jack Joyce's culpability in the events at the university, etc. Number 2, minimize conflict. That is to say, make sure that individuals, whether they're politicians, city officials, police officers, reporters, ordinary citizens, etc., suffer a minimal impact from our activities. If we have to use force, the situation needs to take place out of sight and remain entirely contained. Whether containment means misdirection, coercion, intimidation, bribery, or some other means depends on the circumstances. But it's vital that nobody is left in a position to complain. To be explicitly clear, this doesn't mean we can eliminate witnesses and cover it up. When people don't come home, others start to ask questions. So that has to be a last resort. I expect all supervisors to monitor their teams closely to ensure things stay on an even keel. I know most of our operatives haven't been trained in the soft touch, and I'll be blunt. The last thing we need is someone thinking this is Afghanistan and smacking a civilian around. We're one YouTube video away from this whole thing blowing up in our faces, so we have to maintain our operation profile throughout. For all of these activities, we have a considerate budget. Monarch Solutions is very well off. We've been building resources for a long time, and this is considered a priority. So we can buy a lot of silence and cooperation from authorities and citizens alike, but that only works as long as these things are for sale, and the moment we're seen as a threat, that opportunity will disappear. If you see a problem, be proactive and call it in. Don't let anything run out of control or think it'll work itself out. We have to be sure. The situation can unravel faster than we think, and we have to coordinate our activities properly. Any questions or concerns, please contact me sooner rather than later. I know, not YouTube! Oh no! Oh no. Hey, Quesadilla, welcome in. This is kind of like a little bit of a lore dump section, so I appreciate everybody sticking with me as we go through it. The Monarch employee chart. Head of Monarch, Paul Serene, creator of Monarch, believes end of time is inevitable. Is building a, quote, survival program for a select few. Division leads Martin Hatch, the Monarch spokesperson, head of security and PR, Serene's key advisor. Working against Serene? Dr. Sophia Amaral, head of research, specialist in chronon technology, only doctor trained to administer Serene's treatment, which that's one sticking point for me that seems really odd. Knowing Paul Serene's importance, obviously, to this entire operation, why in the world would they only have one person that was trained to administer his treatments? Knowing that, you know, what happens if something happens to Sophia? There would be nobody to continue with it. It just seems like very poor planning, especially with an organization this large and this meticulous in trying to plan everything out based on what they know. It seems like a really weird loophole or plot hole. I don't know. Dump on me. My goodness. But yeah, that I don't know why that bothers me so much, but I feel like of all things in their planning, there's some other things that are kind of a little off too, but that in itself, you would think they would have at least a backup in the event, especially with his treatments, because all the treatments were under in that one lab, and then when it gets destroyed, there go all of his treatments. You mean to tell me they didn't have a backup somewhere? It just doesn't seem right. Ooh, Sophia, intimate relations with Serene. Dr. Henry Kim, previous head of research, deceased. Well, we know that's not true now. At least in the traditional sense, in this particular plane of existence, I suppose he is. Key enforcers, Clarice Ogawa, Monarch dispatcher, allegiance to Martin Hatch, working against Serene. Gibson, head of security, Monarch enforcer, deceased. Oh, he was the one that confronted Burke and Fiona and Charlie, I think. And I think Burke got to him. Carlos, leader of Reaper Squad, loyal to Martin Hatch, deceased. He was the one, I think, that was at the hospital to confront Liam's wife. And then they got in the fight, I think. Potential allies within Monarch, Fiona Miller, Chronon researcher, confirmed ally, working with Beth from the inside. Liam Burke, a Monarch fixer, has questioned Monarch agenda extensively, deemed Monarch traitor for assisting in Jack's escape. Charlie Wincott, Monarch hacker. Ooh, he's actually labeled as a hacker. Hey, hacker man. History of allegiance to Martin Hatch. Current loyalty unknown, and most importantly, he's labeled as a dick. How exactly is that relevant to anything? Is that a technical term? Is that a technical term? On the unique late... Oh my goodness, this is a long one. Okay, we're in for a long one. I'm glad that I brought a drink down, because I'm going to need it, I think, too, if I'm doing all this talking. On the unique nature of the lifeboat by Dr. Sophia Amaral, August 18th, 2016. While the loaf boat. Wow, I said the loaf boat. That's a whole different thing. The lifeboat protocol is fairly straightforward on the surface. It's important that the people involved with the project understand how it radically differs from other survival scenarios against so-called apocalyptic threats. Stutter-proofing. A traditional bunker built to protect the occupants from an environmental hazard, e.g., a chemical attack or nuclear fallout, is typically sealed airtight, and the occupants have their electricity, air supply, provisions, etc. The bunker's interior is isolated from the outside environment, but the lifeboat's design is different. It's not actually sealed because it doesn't have to be. It does have strong walls and protected access points, but the outside environment is not the problem. It's the lack of the Meyer-Joyce field that enables time to exist that makes the outside hazardous. From the technological standpoint, these differences make the lifeboat's operating principles quite different, particularly with regards to maintenance. Compared to, say, the failure of the life support system in a hermetically sealed survival space, such as a bunker, the failure of the lifeboat's stutter-proofing system has far more immediate and grave effects. A traditional life support system can be repaired, for instance. A failure in the CO2 scrubbers could pose a significant threat, but with replacement parts and tools, properly trained occupants could easily repair the system before they could feel any ill effects. In fact, almost any mechanical failure short of a full-scale environmental breach can be fixed as long as suitable repair materials and trained personnel are at hand. But by its very nature, the stutter-proofing is different. If it fails, everybody within its area of effect is immediately affected by the zero state and becomes frozen. In a permanent zero state scenario, that means they would have no opportunity to ever effect repairs. There's literally no time to react. The only exception would be personnel wearing an activated chronon harness, such as a striker suit. But given that repairing the stutter-proofing system is highly technical, complicated process requiring an exceptional proficiency in the operation and engineering of chronon technology, this would be a scenario with a low probability of success. It is therefore of utmost importance that the lifeboat's stutter-proofing operates reliably and without faults, with multiple fail-safe systems, because if it ever fails, it's unlikely that it can be repaired or restarted. Accordingly, once the lifeboat protocol has been activated, there's no real way to deactivate it other than removing the chronon field regulator. This would be highly inadvisable, as doing so would not only disrupt the stutter-proofing, but more importantly, without the CFR, the lifeboat's rate of chronon particle consumption is increased by a vast margin, effectively reducing its potential operating time to a fraction of what's intended. On the Love Boat. The Love Boat. Unique advantages and risks. However, it's worth pointing out that even though the lifeboat operation has unique hazards, there are also unique advantages. One such advantage is provisions. A traditional survival scenario in a bunker typically involves a poor quality of meals due to obvious resourcing problems. Anything that spoils is easily out of the question. In a zero-state scenario, however, spoilage becomes a non-issue. Anything stored outside the stutter-proofed area remains in perfect condition. Oh, that's actually interesting. Stuff would never go bad. So you'd almost want to make sure you stored all your food in outside of a stutter-proofed area. That way the food would never go bad. You'd go through it over time, but it wouldn't go bad. This advantage doesn't only apply to comestibles, but also makes the storage of medicine, volatile chemicals, and other similar articles far less of a problem than it otherwise would be. In fact, given the fact the city of Riverport is vast compared to a relatively small number of people residing in the lifeboat, in theory, Monarch operatives could venture outside the lifeboat in chronon harnesses and actually enjoy freshly cooked meals simply by entering a restaurant and finding the ready-made dishes that had been prepared, remove them from the zero state to a stutter-proofed area, and enjoy them, as hot and delicious as they would have been prepared, which, in fact, they of course would be. To be clear, this is not a recommended activity, as it would be a foolish waste of resources to go after individual meals like that. The above scenario is mentioned here merely to illustrate the point. Even though the lifeboat has been designed to operate for decades of subjective time, it doesn't actually need provisions for that long. If the lifeboat's own reserves start to run low, a well-planned supply run into the city could easily result in a great deal of perfectly preserved supplies. Hey, is it like the perfectly preserved pie in Fallout? Man. Yeah, or you could just go to McDonald's and the rations would naturally never age. Have you all seen that? Like, they take McDonald's French fries and hamburgers and then they put them in like a sealed container for like 6 months. And in most cases, the fries look just as good as they did fresh day one. It's crazy. Another advantage is that while the situation outside the lifeboat would be dire, people frozen in the zero state would not be actually dead. If a solution is found to the end of time scenario, everyone would resume their everyday lives, most likely with no awareness of time ever having stopped. However, it's hard to know if the exact psychological impact on the knowledge on lifeboat personnel will be. That's actually an interesting thought if you think about it. So if time were to freeze, granted, like, you would freeze, you'd stop dead in your tracks, but would your mind stop? Because you essentially could be just trapped. Like, you'd be trapped in prison, basically, and with just your mind. Like, that would drive people insane. Wait, I don't question your Fallout provisions. Don't judge mine. Hey, no judgment. I'm just saying. I've seen some videos. It's pretty nuts. I still eat McDonald's on occasion. It's not my favorite, but we do eat it. Let's see. There's a real concern, the pressure of knowing that they have sole responsibility for the survival of the human race, and that there are billions of people outside the walls of the lifeboat, helpless and unaware, frozen eternally in that last moment, may prove to be crushing for some. On the other hand, knowing that their loved ones are actually not dead and may be saved, and are not in any distress, or indeed even aware of this situation, may prove to be a powerful motivating factor that helps us eventually resolve the situation. Well, I guess that kind of disproves what I just said then. Plus, in the limited instances where characters have been stuck in a stutter, they had no memory of it, so I guess they wouldn't have a memory of it. But who knows? I mean, they're all kind of theorizing, of course. Let's see. The solution to the problem of a permanent zero state is not currently within our reach, and we expect that finding one will take subjective decades, if it is indeed possible. We can, but try. It's worth noting that since the people outside the lifeboat are indeed not dead, merely stopped, it should be possible for a team of personnel wearing chronon harnesses to exit the lifeboat, retrieve a person, and bring them back into the lifeboat. However, I advise against adopting this practice. For the occupants, that should remain, or forever remain, a theoretical scenario. Any situation in which somebody is brought in from the outside world could cause undue stress on the occupants, who would at that point become acutely aware that their loved ones could be brought in. But since the lifeboat has limited space, this could never be allowed. That kind of psychological pressure would likely lead to friction and questions of favoritism, and ultimately increase the risk of mission failure. Interesting. If time is just another dimension, could there not be other dimensions outside of time? Interesting. Yeah. When you really actually start to think a lot about this stuff, it's gets pretty nuts. All the possibilities. Let's see here. So this is from a note from Paul, their mission statement from 1999. Limited distribution for approved employees only. I have seen the path ahead, and I know it will be hard. I have founded Monarch Solutions to bring together those who will walk it with me, the elite few whose skill, dedication, and passion will live on when everything else ends. To that end, number 1, we will work under my guiding vision of the future, my knowledge of what's coming. We accept that we cannot change our fate, nor can we avoid it. It's a harsh truth, but it is the truth. We will accept it and its full implications, but we will not deviate from our course, nor give in to despair, nor give up the fight. Those of us who share in this knowledge, who learn the triumphs and tragedies of the days and years to come, will look past them and find ways to turn them to our advantage. The gray, uncertain area beyond what is known will be where we build our empire, and we will build it on the hope that we can persevere, that the end isn't our end, and that we can still succeed. Number 2, we will expand Monarch's influence and power in all possible spheres: financial, political, cultural, medical, technological, military, to the best of our ability. This is the goal unto itself. We will need to be in a position of exceptional resources and the ability to act when that time comes. We will build. We will seek success and profit, not for the sake of wealth and fame, but for the sake of preparedness. Number 3, we will develop science and technology to counter a very specific set of circumstances. This will require extensive research and experimentation, as well as a tremendous financial cost. We will not be daunted by these challenges. We will complete our work. So where did his money come from? I'm thinking he probably used, since he went back in time, he had to have used his knowledge of events to come and like invested in the stock market or something. So it's kind of like the whole Biff situation in Back to the Future Part 2 where he used the sports almanac to become rich. That has to be how, right? Maybe. I don't know. Just spitballing, throwing it out there. Wait a minute. Let's see. Number 4, we will not compromise. We recognize that sacrifice is required and we are willing to pay the cost to meet our goals. There is no alternative to this. Doubt, qualms, and sentiment are luxuries we cannot afford. Whatever we will do is a lesser evil than the extinction of the entire human race, and to pretend otherwise is weakness. Nothing in this history of our planet has been as important as this. Nothing we've accomplished as a species matters if we fail in our mission. Number 5, we will not fail. You sure about that, Paul? There will be many challenges in the years ahead. I know what's coming. It can't be averted. There's no escaping it, but we can survive it, and we can overcome it, and we will. I'm dedicating myself, this company, and every shred of willpower at my disposal to that mission. I expect the same from those who join me in on it. Paul Serene. So we're saying old Paul went back. Did he stay in the past or did he return? Well, remember at the beginning of the game, so he walked into the loop. When he went in, the Paul that was 5 minutes in the past or the future, I can't remember if he went ahead or behind. I think he went ahead 5 minutes. Came out the other side. So to complete the loop. So whenever the fracture happened, I think he went back and he got stuck there. I don't know. I don't know. It ends up being a pile of spaghetti. You're right. You're right. Too much timey-wimey. Monarch Solutions 3-phase plan. Well, I think we're to assume that that experiment that we did that opened the game is what caused the fracture. Because the machine wasn't ready for prime time. Because they were using information from Will. Like they were using what knowledge they had of his time machine without really his full input. And I think they were missing, because even Will said the calculations were off. So whenever they turned that thing on to do the experiment, to test it out for human trials or whatever, that's what caused it. So, yeah, he caused it. And just like he said, every time he tries to go back in time to fix something, he ends up ultimately causing the problem. So that's why he's convinced that, you know, the end of time, it's going to happen. There's nothing they can do. They can go back 1,000 times, and it doesn't matter because it's still going to happen regardless. Time is an egg. All right, 3-phase plan. Phase 1, building an empire. February 28th, 1999 to July 4th, 2010. The formation of Monarch Solutions. Lucrative investments. Well, there you go. Lucrative investments. Global expansion and employee recruitment. Phase 2, preparing for the future. July 5th, 2010 to October 8th, 2016. The Ground Zero buyout. The CFR preparation. Chronon Tech development and militarization. What doesn't make sense, so wasn't Ground Zero, though, Will's workshop? So maybe it didn't happen at the university then. I don't know. A little foggy on that part. Maybe somebody else would know for sure. Phase 3, the Lifeboat Protocol. October 9th, 2016 to the end of time. Time Machine Core Heist. Wow. I like how they listed as a heist. Chronon Tech rollout. Remove threats to the Lifeboat Protocol. And initiate the Lifeboat Protocol. Is that all there is? I think that's all there is. Yeah, okay. All right, we are officially... I think we found all the stuff in the things. Was there still a Chronon source somewhere, though? There might be. Let me go back to Amy and see if she has any additional dialogue. Let's see.
Is the city still hunting for me?
In full force. There's an entire webpage dedicated to potential Jack Joyce sightings.
Oh, we got a
We've been
ripple
filling in
there.
with false leads for fun. Do you want to pitch in?
Post that I was spotted in the back of a catering van somewhere.
You can do better than that. But okay, I'll let them know.
Okay. Thanks, Amy. All right, let's go back and meet up with Beth back here. And I think I can finally go up above to the second floor. Wow, again, thank you so much for hanging out while I read through all that lore. I know that was a lot. I know it's not very action-packed, but very important to the story that they're trying to convey here.
Was that Paul?
So he arrived in the past.
Well, how is that possible? It wasn't even the same time machine he entered at the university.
That's one question I still don't have an answer for.
Yeah. So unless he came here to use the other time machine, well, because remember at some point Paul mentions that he's you know seen it, he's gone back, he's tried to change things over and over, and nothing he's done has made a difference. So there's a very good chance in him trying to like go back and make changes, he actually effectively made things worse. Lore run is best run. I like lore runs.
Controls way up there.
That's exactly the kind of question that never would have entered Will's mind while building this thing. Hey, I think I can get to the reset from here.
All right. Alley-oop.
Of course.
Whoa.
Shit. Still getting used to that.
Oh, that's right. Beth has a Chronon harness on. Sophia's like, be careful.
Having trouble getting to that red light up there?
Easier said than done.
There's no pressure. Just the fate of the world.
Yeah, no pressure. Okay, can I jump up here? Yeah. Oh, would you look at that? Okay. There's the last Chronon source. Cool. 100% discovered. Neat. Ooh, wait, we got a point. Diaries and upgrades. 6. Okay, so what do we want to invest in here? I could do... Extra activation allows Jack to launch up to 3 time stops. That actually might come in handy. To time dodge up to 3 times in a row. Ooh. Time shield lasts longer and has a larger radius. Multi-takedown will drain less Chronon energy. Man, I don't know. Time stop or dodge? I think dodge might be the way to go. Yeah, I think dodge might be the way to go. Especially if we have to do combat.
Okay, the first red light is now green.
Alright, so how do I get down to the other one? Ooh. Can I drop down here and not get hurt? Well, fingers crossed. Ouch. My ankles. We already watched this.
Jack. Hi. It's Will.
Yeah, we already watched that.
I guess you're in Thailand by now. I'm not sure if you even still use his number. I don't like
He needs time freeze for sleep. Yeah, that would be great.
I've been under a lot of pressure.
That would be nifty.
How do I get to that second red light?
You may need to find a way to the other side of the machine and climb up from there.
Wow, thanks, Sophia. Can I get to it from up here, I wonder? Let's take a look. I actually don't remember how exactly we do it. Although, it does give me the yellow tarp here. Let's not fall into the black hole. Oh, wait a minute. Well, this looks totally safe. Good thing he's not afraid of heights.
All right, all lights are green.
Don't break your ankle, Jack. Aha!
Chronon levels are stable. Diagnostics are positive. This may actually work. It's ready. It's actually functional.
Oh boy.
Okay, we're doing this. I'll set the data.
Let's
into the console.
do this. Okay, it doesn't look like I can talk to Beth. I can't talk to Sophia. How about Amy? Nope. Okay. Cool.
July 4th, 2010. Are you ready?
No.
No. No. Uh-oh.
This is it. There's no turning back.
Hey, wait. What did you do? That was the wrong door. You changed the date. Where is she? Where is she?
I had no choice. I couldn't let you take the countermeasure. It would put our entire planet at risk. I already called Monarch from the terminal. They're on their way. It's over. What did you do?
Fuck!
We need the countermeasure to run the lifeboat.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, that frame drop though.
Follow
Goodness.
through with the plan. Tie her up and get as far away from here as you can.
I will. You just take care of yourself, Jack. Okay?
Sure. All right, here we go. Explore the swimming hall. Nothing like having the only thing that's protecting you from a black hole is this metal corridor around it. Expect you're attempting to travel through infinite quantum states. Please expect frames to get lost. I suppose. It makes sense. What's weird about that, though, is I've never had the frame drop issue that I can remember when I was playing it on, like, Xbox One. So with a Series X, you would think that it would be fine. Unless it's just because they didn't optimize it for that? I don't know. Very strange. Whoa. Where are we?
Your first journey back in time, 2010. This is where our notes get hazy.
You know how it ended.
Your goal when you arrived was to retrieve the countermeasure.
But my goal had to wait. Because I wasn't alone.
So everything's all covered up. I don't know that this ever was released on PlayStation. I know it was an Xbox exclusive, and then they had a PC version of it, but I don't know if it ever came out on PlayStation. It was available on PC though, because this was a partnership with Microsoft Studios and Remedy. What in the world? What am I hearing? Let's listen to the radio.
Hey, Bobby Radford coming at you on 4th of July. And what a fine
4th of July.
Things are looking up for Riverport. Don't believe me? Just look at that shiny new Monarch building going up. That's a big deal for this town. Sure, I know there's been complaints. Talking about how Monarch's tearing down this or that, taking over the mom and pop spots, making Riverport more corporate. Some of that's happening. It ain't all good. A huge corporation like that, you know, they're all about power and profit. But I say, hold on there. Put it in perspective. This town's been miserable for a long time. A long time. When our shipbuilding industry took that final nosedive, we hit one hell of a slump. A lot of people I know have been unemployed for years now, and that's hard. But Monarch's here.
Well, that's right. We went back to 2010, right?
That big time. So they ain't perfect. So what? It beats the alternative. I want to be optimistic about this. It ain't wrong to have a little hope for the future. I want to believe that this is capitalism working as intended, you know? The American way.
Capitalism. Okay, the countermeasure. Let's go back to this email chain. It's finished. It's finally finished. Tests are all positive. I have officially constructed a working countermeasure for the fracture in time. I can't prove it, obviously, since there's no fracture to deploy it against, but I believe it'll work. It has passed every test I can conceive. There's no reason I can see that it wouldn't. Given your knowledge of the future, I'm guessing you already knew that this would be the date I completed my work. The day has been a long time coming. I was beginning to doubt it was possible. I haven't heard from you in almost 2 years now. Please tell me you're still out there. So that was from Will to Beth. To which she replied, I'm now going to ask you to do something that will sound counterintuitive. Leave the workshop, leave the countermeasure behind, and do not return until tomorrow morning. As with all my other orders, it is best that I don't go into further detail. Okay, leaving the workshop now. The countermeasure is secured in my safe. I know better than to ask the reasoning behind this request. In 11 years, you've never been wrong, but I don't want to know about the future anyway. But that won't make this easier for me to digest. Can we meet tomorrow? Now that the device is complete, I need to know what the next steps are, and please be careful with the countermeasure. It's tremendously powerful, and sourcing the chronon particles for it alone has taken over a decade. Rebuilding would take me years and years. I hear a loud banging noise over there. What is going on? Hey, Tariq, welcome on in. How you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Welcome to the Lore Run.
What's going on here? Since when did Will run a graffiti workshop? None of this crap was here in 2016.
Can I climb up, Okay, nothing to look at there, it looks like. You gotta go to the other side of the room.
It's locked. I gotta check out that gunfire before I go anywhere else. What the? Someone's in here.
Oh, those aren't... That's just not like somebody banging on something. Those are gunshots. Interesting.
The fuck are they shooting at?
Somebody's practicing. Aha. What do we got here? Oh, the shooting range that we saw earlier. Ah, it's Beth.
Beth? It's me. Hey.
Oh, it's the Beth that got stuck
What happened to you?
way, way back in time.
This is it. There's no turning back.
So wait, did she go the opposite direction?
Jack?
Because didn't he go off to the right? And she went off to the left. Or maybe he went on, he would have had to have gone the other way. I know, that would really mess with her mind. Yeah.
Dr. Emerald sent me to the future. I fought for months trying to find a way to get back.
Especially once those journal items started to actually come true. And then she tried to prevent things and she couldn't.
Stop! I followed him back.
Oh, so that's how she got back to
He
1999.
set William's machine to 1999. The first possible exit point.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. Ah, it's okay. I'm on your side.
Who are you?
I'm Beth Wilder.
Oh, that's where the end of that video that we watched was. Because he looked like he was in pain. And it didn't make sense why. At first.
You're the reason he built the countermeasure. And you've been here ever since. 11 years. Why? Why didn't you come back?
Probably could.
We should get ready. We don't have much time.
And she also, like, she wasn't able to really talk to anybody. Nobody understood what she was going through either. She was just stuck.
She had changed. And there was a weight in her eyes. She was hiding something.
She always was. What exactly do you believe changed in Beth?
She lost hope.
Let's see. So 19th. Okay. I think I can start from the top of this one. Beth's journal, February 28th, 1999. Back in time. Here I am. Back in a time I've already lived once before. No idea how long I'll need to stay here. No idea what comes next. This isn't how it was supposed to go. This wasn't the plan. If I'm going to come to terms with that, then I'm going to need to write it all down. There's nobody to tell this to but myself. So, hello me, again. This all started back in 2016. Jack and I kidnapped Dr. Amaral. We were supposed to use the time machine to travel back to 2010 and retrieve the countermeasure. I believe Dr. Amaral switched the date at the last moment. I heard Jack calling out, but it was too late. I was already inside. There was nothing to do but keep moving forward, and when I exited the corridor, I arrived in a place I've never thought possible. The end of time. My greatest fear was realized. I'm still trying to grasp what that means. My entire life has been devoted to stopping the fracture. What I saw was it proof that it couldn't be stopped? I can't believe that. There's a logic to all this, a meaning. I just haven't found it yet. I'm not ready to write down details of the end of time. Not yet. The essential part of the story is that I found a way back. I spent a long time trying to fix William's machine, but somebody beat me to it. He set a course to the earliest time the machine could operate, the first time the core was activated, February 28th, 1999. I followed him through. That's when I found William, still alive. much younger than I'd ever seen him. I warned him about the fracture. I told him that he was the only one that could create a solution. He begged me not to tell him anything else about the future. He said he couldn't stand living like that, being constantly aware of what will come to pass, his every action just being part of a preordained dance. I wanted to tell him more, but I know how he felt. William agreed to do what must be done. He agreed to build the countermeasure. This whole time, it was me who set him on that path. He says the machine doesn't have the sufficient chronon capacity to return me to the future. He says a jump that far would be nearly impossible without a substantial scientific breakthrough. Apparently that hasn't happened yet. That's his way of saying I'm trapped. In 1999, second time around. So, here I am. Oh, so that explains why she couldn't come back. Wow, that's awful. July 19th, 1999. Time machine move equals success. I worked with Will to get the time machine moved. Had to make sure Serene wouldn't be able to use it to his advantage. So we moved it to the one place I knew it would be safe. Bradbury swimming pool. Will spent a big chunk of his research grant buying the property. It's the one place I know for sure that Monarch won't find us. After all, they still weren't aware of it in 2016. That means this is my new home for the time being. Will refuses to build the countermeasure here. He says that it has to be done at his workshop. He chose that location to build the time machine for a reason. Something about abnormal chronon density, anomalies, whatever. Didn't seem to concern him that the very people we need to hide from know about his workshop. Probably doesn't help that he won't let me tell him who those people actually are. Guy's almost as stubborn as his brother. Now that the move is complete and Will is on the way, all I can do is wait. Not liking the idea of that. Keeping busy was the only thing that distracted me from the eerie nature of being trapped here. Guess I should look at the bright side. Second chance at having a killer Y2K party? September 5th, 1999. Little me. The most surreal experience. Her eyes looked so full of life. Looking to the clouds, invulnerable to the world around her. She looked full of life. She looked happy. It was me. I knew the day was coming. I knew that I had to go see her and set her on her mission so that she would do what needed to be done, so that someday she would become, well, me. She was in the backyard, bright red duffel coat, playing. Simple pleasures. It's strange. I remember the small details so differently the first time around. When I was a child, that woman who came to see me seemed like an angel, a limitless source of wisdom gifting me with purpose. Now that I was that woman, trembling, a lump in my stomach, nervous as hell, it didn't matter. I knew she was too young to see those things on my face. I gave her the notebook. I told a small child to give up those simple pleasures, to pursue a life that would bring nothing but pain and hardship. I promised her that it would all be worth it, that she would make a difference, and that she would save the world. She believed me. January 1st, 2000. Epic Y2K party. Ate bagels with cream cheese and played Buffy reruns in a drained swimming pool. Party on. Wow. September 11th, 2001. 9/11. I tried to stop it a second time. I warned them. Told them exactly what was going to happen. Nothing changed. I came to terms with the fact that none of this could be changed as a child. But since then, I've seen things that make me desperate to prove myself wrong, desperate to believe that what I've seen cannot come to pass. I tried to stop the rise of Monarch. I tried to stop Paul Serene, both versions of him. Every action was negated by the force of a timeline that cannot be bent or broken. I've tried to stop tragedy as well. Jack's parents. Christmas of 1999. I knew what happened to them. This time I was there. Car crashed exactly as it was supposed to. My presence only led to it to happen, as it always did. I went to the funeral. I watched Jack cry. I watched Will build up a wall around himself. I watched two brothers change forever in that moment. And I could do nothing about it. And now this. May 22nd, 2002. Monarch. They spotted me near William's workshop. Barely got out of there alive. After all this time, Serene is still obsessed with finding me. He won't give up until he does. I know, the beep, right? Have to be more careful in the future. I had to insert some levity to that moment. Because, man, that whole, like, post was pretty heavy. May 22nd, 2003. The end of time. Been having recurring nightmares about what I saw. I've been dreading doing this. But it's time. I have to write it out. It's the only way to move past it. In 2016, I entered the time machine, intending to travel back to 2010. That didn't happen. Dr. Amaral changed the date. When I exited the machine, I arrived at the end of time. The fracture had run its course. Time had stopped altogether. The entire world was frozen in one hanging moment. I was the only one still able to function, or so I thought. Then the shifters came. I can still hear them. Their sounds echo through my dreams. The entire world was still, except me. They really don't like movement. I'd stepped out of the machine into the one thing I spent my entire life trying to prevent. The fracture was never fixed. I was living through the proof. The first hours were the hardest. I was living through a nightmare that I couldn't wake from, surrounded by constant reminders that my mission would fail. Never able to stay in one place because the shifters were always searching, always hunting. I wasn't alone. I discovered the first evidence of this a few days in. I heard the shifters become agitated, but I was nowhere near them. They were following somebody else. Paul Serene. A younger Paul. Scared, weak, vulnerable. He found me, tried to convince me that we needed to work together, to help each other through. He found out very quickly that I wanted him dead. He had no training, no killer instinct, but he had those damn powers, and all I had was the Chronon harness. The end of the world, the only two people left, and we became sworn enemies. I can't be sure how long we spent there. It could have been months, could have been years. When time doesn't move, it feels like an eternity. Our grip on reality slipped away, trapped in an endless loop of brutal survival. Though we were enemies, there was a strange bond formulated through that suffering. We've shared an experience that no other human has or has ever endured. Eventually, Paul managed to get William's time machine working. He was convinced that he needed to travel back to the earliest possible point in order to stop all this from happening. He had yet to learn that the past couldn't be changed. I followed him through the time machine, but he escaped. He formed Monarch. He built an empire. Oh, so that explains how he got there. Okay, so he did use Will's time machine again to go back in time. Trying to stop things, and he made it worse, apparently. I watched the birth of a monster. I can't escape the feeling that my actions helped shape what he became. Maybe I could have guided him. Maybe if I hadn't tried to hunt him down and kill him at the end of time, that can't be my part in all this. There has to be more. I wake up in a cold sweat most nights. I hear the shifters coming. I can almost feel their presence. Much of my experience at the end of time has become a blur in my memory, but there's one detail that I can't shake. One detail that brings my entire mission into question. One detail that haunts me. 2021. February 3rd, 2005. Hobbies. 5 years until the countermeasure will be complete. I spent most of my days training. I don't know what happens once the device is finished, but being prepared is my specialty. I still wonder if Jack will follow the plan, if he'll emerge from the machine in 2010. Best not to think about it. I'm not giving up, but I can't let these thoughts consume me. I need to focus on the present, focus on what's in front of me. That's the mantra that keeps me going. Just focus on the present. So I decided to take on some hobbies. Tried poetry, got depressed. Dabbled with the guitar for a while, smashed against the wall. Then I started experimenting with graffiti. Seems to be working out okay for me so far. It's fulfilling on a few different levels. Partly as a form of self-expression, partly as a means of release, partly just with people. What happens when Joe analyzes some graffiti on a wall one day, builds an interpretation in his head, and then 3 years later, his depiction of what image becomes true? Not sure, but it's fun to think about. I can't change anything, but at least this gives me the illusion of some kind of power. That illusion that keeps me holding on. Yeah, we could try some knitting. We just knit some scarves and such. Some gloves, some mittens, you know. Sometimes I leave anonymous notes in people's mailboxes telling them what will happen next. I watch their reactions from afar. Voyeurism and graffiti. That's my life these days. Focus on the present. So in a traditional time, like a time machine, time manipulation story sense, isn't her leaving anonymous notes and telling people events that would happen, isn't that ultimately negatively affecting the situation? I guess not, because in this universe, it's not so much that if you, kind of like the butterfly effect, you know, if you step on a butterfly in the past, how does it affect the future? It's not so much that. The events will come to pass regardless. You just kind of have to go through and relive them. There's nothing that you can do to make any changes. So I guess in that regard, the way that they've crafted the universe, it wouldn't make a difference. I don't know. Spitballing again. Hey, Amnesia, welcome. If it's a closed loop, yeah. If it was already done, yep. In the universe, no one realizes that no matter what they do, they can't change time. That's true. So it's a little bit different than a lot of other time-related media that you see. You know, like the whole I keep going back to the Future. You know, Marty can't interact or change anything because it affects if he even exists in the future, kind of a thing. But that's not the rules that this universe plays by, I guess. October 8th, 2007. Jack. I started watching him recently. I know Monarch is tracking him, so I keep my distance. I wasn't sure why I felt a need to follow him, to watch his life from the outside. But now I think I understand. I met I almost said Jake. I met Jack in the wake of his brother's death, the onset of the fracture. Worst day of both of our lives. He was broken. That's the only Jack I ever knew. There's some kind of comfort in seeing him in happier times. I watched his band play a gig nearby. Atrociously bad, whiny emo music. Definitely a music movement I didn't need to live through a second time. But there was something pure about seeing him up there, letting it all out. He never had an easy life. It was nice to see that he found a way to release all that. He just looked happy. It made me forget everything else. The nightmares stopped for a while after that, so I kept following him. It gave me something else to focus on. I've spent most of my life hiding who I am, but I know. I knew Jack for less than 24 hours, but he's the only person I've opened up to about everything. I told him the truth. He believed me. I wish I could thank him for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to tell him if he comes through that machine on July 4th, 2010. What will he think when he sees me? 11 years will have passed. I look like I've aged 3 lifetimes since then. And for him, it can only be a matter of minutes. What do I say? That I saw the end? That this might be all for nothing? I was the one who believed without question that we would stop the fracture. That confidence has now been replaced with insecurity, weakness. I fear letting him see that. I fear that he'll see the doubt in my eyes. For years, I felt invincible, full of hope. I'm not that woman anymore. I'm scared. December 11th, 2007. Memory. Tonight I painted something at the university campus. It was only after I finished and took a step back to look at it that I realized I'd seen it before, about a decade ago. Remains of something painted on a wall, but washed away. It was a jolt. All of this futile? Nothing sticks. Nothing has changed. All of it washed away by the river of time. Time travel, man. Happy 4th! Yeah, right. July 9th, 2008. Will. I've been in contact with Will every 6 months or so. Short exchanges just to get an update on his progress building the countermeasure. He's still at least 2 years away from completion, but he's now confident that he knows how the countermeasure will work. He told me the countermeasure will be able to reverse a fracture in time, but in order to do it, it must be activated early in the escalation of the fracture. Once the fracture runs its course, once the end of time is reached, he believes the countermeasure will be rendered ineffective. I asked him what that would mean if the end of time ever occurred. He said it would mean the fracture was never stopped. It would mean that we failed. So did they actually fail if she actually saw the end of time? Or what her perception of the end of time was, maybe it wasn't the end of time. I don't know. July 21st, 2008. Everything I have done has been for nothing. July 4th, 2010. Final entry. The day is here. Soon I will receive word that William has completed the countermeasure. I'm sure of it. I've come to accept that this doesn't mean we'll succeed. I've come to accept that my mission was a lie. But I'm not giving up. Lie or not, I devoted my life to this cause. It gave me meaning. It's all I've ever known. Even if I've seen the proof that I won't succeed, I'm not giving up. I will dedicate every ounce of courage I've left to seeing this through. I'll retrieve the countermeasure. I'll keep it safe until 2016. I'll do everything in my power to activate it when the time comes. I will fail, but I'll fail knowing that I did everything in my power to save the world. For years, I hoped that this would be the day when I would see Jack again. I'd given up that hope. This mission started with me alone. That's how it will end. This will be my final entry. Man, she lost hope. Also, welcome in, Cosmic Reed. Hello! Your pets say hi too! Well, hello! Howdy, howdy. Welcome in. How you doing? Let's see. I feel really bad for Beth. Like, really bad for Beth. Man. She had a bad time.
I can't do this anymore. I can't fucking do this.
You got this, Jesse. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm thinking we're getting towards the end of Quantum Break here. I finished Atomic Heart earlier this week, or at least the main story. I still have DLC to do for Atomic Heart. But we're doing good. We're moving along. Making progress. No bleep? Okay, I'll throw a bleep in. There you go. for comedic effect there, I guess.
11 years.
So she kept a wall of calendars. I keep seeing this Riverport Herald newspaper everywhere that says, "Is our history being erased?" I wanted to see if I could zoom in on them to actually see what the article said. But that is a recurring article that's everywhere in the world here. Is our history being erased? Let's see. Is there another Chronon source? Maybe over here? Can I open this door? Nope. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure. Oh. Let's see. Do I have enough upgrade points? No, we only have 2. That's like, why are you taking so long? I've been here for 11 years. I'm done. I'm ready to go.
I'll unlock the door.
So where's Will? Where's the countermeasure?
Look, she even looks like she's just given up. I feel so bad for her.
Then that's where we go.
Yes. That was the plan.
Poor Beth. Wait, I saw something orange. Is it on the... Oh, it's up above us. Okay. I thought it was on this platform right here.
I just have to unlock this.
Oh, maybe a Chronon source?
My supplies are upstairs. We'll need to get them. There's so much you don't know that you never saw. I gave up on the idea that she would ever come.
There's something in that room there. Can I get to it from over here? No, but okay, I see it. It's next to the television, I think. Let me do a quick sweep in here. Was that the last Chronon source? I believe so.
I need to know we're still in this together.
I told you once our fate is already laid out for us.
There we go.
I still believe that. More than ever.
Upgrade points. I still need 3 more to upgrade anything.
I'm just worried what that might mean.
It means we finish this.
Let's do this. Oh man, Beth, you need a break. You've been stuck here for 11 years all alone.
Dear, take whatever you need. The rest of it's going in the river, along with everything else I brought here.
That's a little drastic.
Yeah.
My time here is done, Jack. I have to erase my presence. Let me know when you're ready to go.
I mean, couldn't she go back? I mean... Oh wow, she's got all kinds of weapons. Advanced SMGs. Auto shotguns. Good lord, she had an arsenal. All kinds of stuff.
Okay. The countermeasures at Will's workshop. We find it, then what?
You bring it back here, use the machine, and return to the future. Use it to stop.
Easy peasy. Yeah, I guess she did have 11 years of time to do nothing. Which, well, not nothing, but stay hidden, essentially. It's not like she could go out and, you know, find new friends or anything like that, because she had to stay hidden.
You followed Paul to 1999. Why did he travel so far back?
To form Monarch. Prepare for what's coming.
Rise of Monarch whiteboard.
And he's kept tabs on me.
March 1999, Monarch formed. CEO never disclosed. Lucrative investments, all based on Serene's future knowledge. Well, there you go. So that's what he did. He did the Biff Tannen thing with the sports almanac. August 2000, Monarch spotted following William Joyce. Monarch is following William throughout Riverport. No longer safe to keep in direct communication. May 2001, Martin Hatch hired. First listing of Martin Hatch on an employee chart. No details available on Hatch prior to this. May of 2002, Monarch patrolling workshop. They spotted me near Will's workshop. Barely escaped alive. Must avoid workshop area. August 2003, Monarch on Fortune 500. Well positioned on the Fortune 500. Investments have stopped. PR campaign has begun. February 2005, spotted by Monarch. They're still searching for me. Must stay out of the public eye from this point forward. March 2006, R&D facility commissioned on Gull Island. Must investigate further. October of 2006, Martin Hatch promoted. He's now the designated Monarch spokesperson. Previous spokesperson found dead. Well, that's curious. Every promotion Hatch receives results from a trail of blood. Well, that's curious, isn't it? May 2008, Monarch Tower construction. Construction begins on Monarch Tower. December of 2009, Monarch investigated Will's workshop. Personnel spotted covertly entering Will's workshop. They may know what we're up to. Monarch security cameras now surround the workshop. Approaching area will alert Serene. March of 2010, Monarch Chronon Tech delayed. Research under Dr. Kim not proceeding as planned. Not enough Chronon particles available. Ground Zero not present. December of 2010, Dr. Sophia Amaral recruited. Hired as the Chronon research scientist. Okay, we found all the narrative stuff. Cool. And I think we got all the Chronon sources. Let's see, what do I have here? Was there... Okay, burst fire pistol. Was there a better pistol here? Heavy... I might get the heavy. Was there a burst heavy? Doesn't look like it. No. You know what? I'm gonna keep the burst, I think.
I can't imagine what happened to you. When you entered that machine, I wanted to go after you, but I didn't know where Sophia sent you or how to find you.
You made it here. It's all that matters. You followed the plan.
Whatever happened to you, we'll change it.
Don't.
We can fix this.
Don't.
We can undo this.
You still don't get it. It can't be changed. No matter what we do, the pieces fall in all of the exact same places. I've tried. Over and over.
See, that's what happened to Paul, too, when he realized he couldn't do anything about it.
Let go. Jack. You have to let go.
I'll never let go, Jack.
I've seen it. The end of time. That is where she sent me. I was there. I've been fighting this fight my entire life, and I saw us fail. I saw where this leads. I just don't know anymore. I don't know if we can win this thing.
We can do it, Beth. Believe.
Then we'll die finding out.
There's also an interesting parallel, being that this is in the Remedy connected universe too, that I was thinking about. So, you know how they wear the chronon harnesses to protect themselves from the time stutters? It's very similar to the HRAs in Control, because the HRAs block those that wear them from being corrupted by the hiss, just like the chronon harnesses do the same thing. Protect them from time stutters. So, interesting parallel.
The hell that Beth went through, what she experienced when she saw the end of time, how that changed her, like it changed Paul. Followed by 11 years of living like a ghost.
Between the two, of course.
Beth I'd known had laser focus. This Beth, she had doubts.
You okay?
Yeah.
But the countermeasure, the one thing that could set things right, was waiting for us at Will's workshop.
Maybe they just like the harnesses a lot? Maybe. But also, if you think about it, so Jesse in Control being kind of like the key to...
In 2010, Monarch didn't
stopping
own
the hiss.
Yet. That came shortly after because of what happened with you. But we knew William was building something new in his workshop, and we knew it must be important. We were monitoring the place.
Yeah, Beth knew about your presence. She'd done spying on her own.
But Beth is also the catalyst to kind of resolve the issue in this timeline as well. So that's kind of an interesting parallel too. Let's see here. Whoa. Oh, wow. There's a dude sleeping on the roof. He is out. It's like I thought I heard snoring somewhere.
No, he doesn't.
Fantastic.
I can't believe we're stuck working on the 4th of July. Hey, you don't have to do this.
Oh, we've been here too.
I know.
In the same location. Well, this is near Will's workshop, I guess.
This way, Jack.
What are you gonna do with the
Time vision.
This job sucks.
Let's see, Beth, where does it want me to go? Huh. See, I feel like...
Let's go.
Ah, there's something here.
Who the hell turned out the...
Oh.
Whoops. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, dudes.
Goddamn power outages this week. That's the last straw.
Oh, no.
Over here, Jack.
Let's see.
From this point on, we may be in their sights. We need to be quick.
Need to be quick, huh?
This way, Jack.
I got the time vision thing, like the ripple. That there's something to interact with. Ah, there we go. Wait, can I not activate it from here? Oh, there it is. Okay. I have enough to upgrade? Not quite. Actually, wait. No. I need 6 points.
Let's go.
Okay, Beth, calm down. Actually, I think before we jump into the next area, because it's been almost 3 hours, holy moly, all that lore, I'm going to take our first break of the day. So I will put some tunes on. Stay tuned, and we will be back with the continuation of our, I think, the final portion of our lore playthrough. I know, all that time, right? Again, stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.